Nike trainer. It's like, what
Mm,
the fuck has gone on with a toothbrush? So
yeah.
they've got to be
Yeah.
it scanning technology, mapping technology, whatever they're doing.
Yeah. Uh,
I mean, I had a youngster be in a UFO room that I was roasting once, and he said, why do they even need to land? If they've got all this technology, couldn't they do it from space and just remain invisible? Why are they making a point of there actually being a presence? And I
mm,
gave an example to my mate John. We've all done it with our nieces and nephews. You get a sweet in your hand and you go, whoop, and then you go like that. And when they try and grab it, you go like that. Why do we do that? It's so we can basically say to the kid, look, I'm better than you. That's why you're doing it. I'm quicker than you. I'm faster than you. I'm more intelligent. You eventually give them the sweet, but you torment them. And if you look at what the Tic Tac did, it was tormenting the Jets. Why would they do that?
mm,
Does that mean they've got an ego? And then you've got to go down the line, which is the scary line. If you look at man 300 years ago, or 200 years ago, they'd walk in a straight line towards gunfire and cannon fire, get blown to smithereens because it was the honourable thing to do. Life was cheap. You didn't live past 50 in them days anyway. But how their attitude to life has changed now. Everyone's precious of life. Oh, you can't do this. You've got to wear bulletproof vests. So, in the space of 200 years, our ideology has changed. What's someone's ideology going to be like if they've been around for like 200,000 years longer than us? Are they going to
yeah.
have love? Are they going to have ego? Are they going to know what artisticness is? Are they going to look at something and say it's pretty? Do you know what I mean? What are they going to be? Are they going to be binary where it's yes or no? Are they going to be more
Yeah.
compassionate, less compassionate? If they don't die, they're not going to understand that we do. Do you know what I mean? They won't understand the concept of
Yeah.
not living forever, which is
Yeah.
basically the goal of every human being. And they know that your genes or your DNA at one point in your life will just say, right, next time we make a new cell, we'll make it at 98%. Then the next cell, we'll make it at 95%. And that's why you get old and wrinkly. But you could
Mm,
take a
mm,
tablet at the age of 25 and never get old, in theory, because
yeah.
we're the
Yeah.
ones, our bodies are designed to turn into compost. But you could just switch that off once we understand what DNA line it is and whatnot. And if
Yeah.
they've already done that, they will only be eating what they need to eat, so they won't need genitalia, they won't need a backside. No one really uses their little finger, their little toes. Do you know what I mean? They're redundant. And if you look at what they look like, or apparently what they look like, they just look like what we're going to look like in a couple of million years. You know what I mean?
Well,
If you
well,
eat,
well, they might look like how they dress up when they're traveling huge distances. Uh, if they saw a cyclist in lycra and shorts and a funny helmet, that's not what people actually look like, but it's just because they're cyclists on a bike. So we might be just seeing them in their space traveling outfits. What they actually look like in their
yeah, but I
underwear
mean,
might be quite different.
if you go on when they've been, if there was an autopsy or when people have experienced abduction and they
Mm,
say, they've got three fingers, no genitalia, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you eat an orange, right, and your body only needs 1 gram of vitamin C, you shit and piss the rest, yeah?
mm,
But if you could take a vitamin tablet, wallop, you're not needing to go away or shit. Now, if you get that to a point in technology where every single piece of nutrition you need to gain weight or to gain muscle mass or to keep your lungs healthy, your heart healthy, is in the shape of a
yeah.
tablet, and that just gets more and more advanced. 100,000 years, you're not going to need a backside. You're not going to need an intestine. You're not going to need.
Mm,
We're still under the influence of evolution,
mm,
even though it's a really slow process. Evolution will say, get rid of the little toe, get rid of fingernails. If you're living in a dark environment because you're traveling in space for millions of years, you are going to be that funny grey colour because you're not getting any UV light.
yeah.
It's just summations I make. It's not.
No, no. I think it's. Can I ask you? Can I ask you a question, Stewie?
Go for it,
Um,
mate.
talking about technology developing exponentially, sort of doubling every year. To me, it seems some technology has been very fast, but some technologies have been relatively slow. So our our aircraft and spacecraft haven't really developed, arguably, much past World War II. It's still rocket based
Yeah, but
things where we
I mean, if you,
that seems
if
slower. It's almost like that's
yeah,
been restricted.
but look what happened when Elon Musk got involved. No
Mm,
one was spending £5 million on a pencil or £20 million
yeah,
on a toilet because it was his money. When NASA do stuff, they've got tons and tons of money to fuck with it, so they can waste shitloads. Elon Musk did it on
yeah.
a budget, so we had to do it efficiently. No one's ever done space travel efficiently. He is.
But
So
is
now
like
he's going.
Elon Musk is still using